Today I'm going to be talking about my most complimented fragrances. So if you want to find out what they are, make sure you stay tuned. How's it going, YouTube? I hope you're all doing well. My name's Grant. Welcome to 2 + 2 = Fragrance. If you enjoyed today's video, I'd really appreciate it if you could like, comment and subscribe to the channel if you've not already, and turn on your notifications so you'll be made aware of any future content. You can also follow me over on Instagram at 2 + 2 = Fragrance. So, complimented fragrances. My most complimented fragrances. Everyone likes a compliment. Some people wear fragrances for compliments, some people don't. I personally don't. I wear fragrances for myself. But it is nice to get a compliment. I'm not going to deny that. When someone tells you smell nice, it does make you feel good. So today, I'm going to tell you my 5 most complimented fragrances. I've had loads of compliments with all 5 of these fragrances, but I'm going to list them, with 5 being the least most complimented and number 1 being the most complimented. So let's get into the list. So coming in at number 5, we've got this one. Herrera 212 VIP. Fantastic fragrance. I absolutely love this one. I got this one back in my collection Christmas time. I'd had a 50ml bottle a few years back. Now I've got the 100ml, and it just seems to get me loads of compliments. Some of the notes in it, you've got a passion fruit, vodka, mint and tonka bean. There's a lot of other notes in this one as well. It's fresh, but it's very sweet. It is probably more of a casual kind of fragrance, but it's great for like parties, going out to bars, anything casual really. It's going to work, and it just gets compliments. I suppose people do like sweet fragrances, but this has got that freshness in there as well. It's not like a syrupy sweet heavy fragrance. It's sweet and fresh, and it's got me a hell of a lot of compliments. So coming in at number 5, Herrera 212 VIP. Moving on, at number 4, we've got this one. Armani Diamonds Black Carrot. Now this is my 3rd bottle of this fragrance. I've been wearing it for a fair few years now, which obviously helps with compliments because I've wore it a lot. But it is a fantastic fragrance. I've spoke about it quite a bit. I think it's massively underrated, and people seem to love the smell of this one. I've had loads of compliments over the years with this fragrance. I think it's absolutely fantastic. Some of the notes in this one, you've got a bergamot, Szechuan pepper, you've got a little bit of cacao, and you've got benzo in as well. And it smells fantastic. I've really liked this fragrance. You can generally get this one at a pretty good price as well. You've got a little bit of freshness all the way through this fragrance. The bergamot does fade from the opening, but something keeps a freshness in this fragrance. It never becomes too heavy. You've got a little bit of that cacao, and it's mainly a spicy, woody fragrance as it dries down, but it smells fantastic, and I've had loads of compliments with it. Highly recommend getting your nose on this one if you've not, because it's not talked about much. I think it should be. So number 4 was this one. Armani Diamonds Black Carrot. Coming in at number 3, probably my favourite cold weather designer fragrance of all time. Sadly discontinued. Paco Rabanne 1 Million Privé. I absolutely adore this fragrance. It is just so good in the cold weather. In this one you've got apple cinnamon, blood orange, tobacco, tonka bean. So many compliments with this fragrance. People just love the smell of it. I've just had so many compliments with this fragrance. It opens up with that blood orange and the apple cinnamon. It's quite zesty and spicy. It transitions into basically a sweet tobacco fragrance in the dry down. And that tonka bean and tobacco dry down is just absolutely amazing. I love the smell of this fragrance. Gutted it's discontinued. I have got another 100ml backup bottle. I just don't know why they discontinued it. Smells amazing. Loads of compliments for me. Love it. Paco Rabanne 1 Million Privé. Now, it was quite a tight call between numbers 1 and 2, because number 2 has been getting me loads of compliments recently. And the impressive thing about this fragrance is, this is the only one on the list where it's my first bottle. I'm over halfway down it, but even still, it's my first bottle of this fragrance, so I've not wore it as much as the other ones. And coming in at number 2 is this one. Jean-Paul Gaultier, La Malle Le Parfum. wow, can't believe how many compliments I've got off this fragrance. At work, I get complimented on it all the time, pretty much every time I wear it at work. A lot of my lady friends at work, because I do work with a lot of women, they go mad for this fragrance. They go absolutely mad for it. At my previous job, when I first got this fragrance, I mainly worked with men, and they all complimented me on it all the time as well. So just everyone seems to love this fragrance. You've got notes of cardamom, vanilla, iris and lavender, and it's probably got something to do with that cardamom vanilla combination, because that combination does work really well. I mean, cardamom is a note that gets complimented a lot, and so is vanilla. They just work together really well, them two notes, and they work together really well in this. You get a strong blast of that cardamom. The vanilla comes in more as the fragrance goes on. You've got that lavender and iris as well, just adding even more freshness and a little bit of class to it. It's a fantastic fragrance, this one. I've hyped this one a lot. It deserves it. Just compliments, compliments, compliments. Love this one. Jean Paul Gaultier, Le Mal de Parfum. And coming in at number 1, the top spot. I think anyone who watches this channel will probably know what it is. To be fair, it only just beat out Jean Paul Gaultier, Le Mal de Parfum, but it has, because this is the ultimate compliment monster for me. 100%. Prada Luna Rosso Carbon. It has just got me so many compliments. It's ridiculous. It just works. It just works anywhere, anytime. It doesn't matter what the weather, what the occasion. This fragrance just works, and it smells absolutely fantastic. It's not a complex fragrance. It's not complicated in any way. It's just so easy to wear, but people just love the smell of it. You've got bergamot in it. You've got ambroxan, lavender, metallic notes. They're the main notes to me. When it dries down, it's just a metallic lavender with a slight woodiness to it. It just smells great, and everyone else seems to think it smells great, because the amount of compliments I've got with this fragrance is honestly ridiculous. I had a 50ml before this 100ml. Yeah, it's probably coming up to about halfway. So I've probably used 100ml of this fragrance altogether, and it has just got me loads and loads and loads of compliments. And I think this fragrance would get anyone loads of compliments, because it's that type of DNA. I know it gets compared to Sauvage a lot. It does smell a lot like Sauvage, to be fair. I'm not going to deny that, but I think this is a much smoother version. I think it's just a much nicer version of that fragrance, in my opinion. It's not as beast mode, but I still get great performance from it. 100% always have this in my collection. How could you not, when it smells so good and everyone else thinks it smells so good? Love it. Number 1. My most complimented fragrance, Prada Luna Rosso Carbon. So they were my 5 most complimented fragrances. I'd be interested to hear what your most complimented fragrances are. So make sure you let me know down in the comments, and we'll get a conversation going. I always reply to your comments, and I really enjoy the interaction. As always, thanks a lot for taking the time out to watch this video. I really do appreciate it. And until next time, keep smelling amazing.